If you Google Buddhism in Japan, you can see that it tells you approximately 34% of Japanese identify as Buddhist and 90% of Japanese practice Shinto. So, what's going on here? The people who practice both religions is called Shinbutsu Shugo, which translates to syncretism of Kami and Buddhas. Religious syncretism exhibits blending of two or more religious belief systems into a new system, or the incorporation into a religious tradition of beliefs from unrelated traditions. So, why did the Japanese integrate its own Shinto religion with Buddhism? That's a really interesting question, and part of it goes back to the 6th century when Buddhism was introduced from China in the Asuka period following maritime and overland routes along the Silk Road. Rather than discarding the old belief system, the Japanese tried to reconcile the two, assuming both were true. As a consequence, Buddhist temples were attached to local Shinto shrines. By the time Buddhism entered Japan, it was already syncretic, having adapted to and amalgamated with other religions and cultures in India, China, and the Korean peninsula. There are 3 reasons why the Japanese fused Shinto with Buddhism. First, the conflict between the two religions was political and not religious in nature. The court wanted to establish a system in which the existing clans could be consolidated. Buddhism offered both moral and intellectual benefits which Shinto lacked, and the construction of new religions syncretically helps reduce interreligious tension and enmity. Syncretism has also helped to create cultural compromise. It provides an opportunity to bring beliefs, values, and customs from one cultural tradition into contact with and to engage different cultural traditions. Second, it was hoped that the adoption of Buddhism would be looked on favorably by the more advanced neighboring cultures of Korea and China, and enhance Japan's reputation as a rising civilized nation in East Asia. Lastly, Shinto was not particularly challenged by the arrival of Buddhism. Shinto, with its emphasis on the here and now of this life, left a significant gap regarding what happens after death, and Buddhism was able to complete the religious picture for most people.